Hello and welcome to Gap Stories. We focus on hidden and lost stories and try to fill in the gaps. Although these stories can't be considered accurate history, they are geared towards being as accurate to history as possible. Our goal isn't to rewrite history, but to portray history in a realistic way. Even documentaries have to embellish in order to push the story along. If you don't agree with the historical aspect, that's fine. This is mainly for entertainment purposes. But make no mistake, our goal is to stay as close to history as possible. Hit the like button and thanks for watching.
The scene shifts to the inner sanctum of the temple, where Hor-aha offers prayers to the gods. The flickering flames cast a spectral dance upon the walls, the incense clouding the air with the scent of divinity. The inner sanctum, nightfall Hor-aha kneels before the statue of Horus, the god of kingship and the sky. He seeks a sign, a divine whisper, to guide Kemet through the brewing storm. The royal chambers, a night of whispered secrets. The moon casts a pale light through the gauzy curtains of the royal chambers. Hor-aha, the living embodiment of Kemet's might, paces restlessly. The recent reports from the southern border have ignited a fire of concern that not even the cool night air can quench.
These whispers of rebellion, they are like the hiss of the asp in the darkness. They threaten the peace of Kemet, the unity hard won by my father's hand.
Nithotep, her face etched with the wisdom of her years, watches her son with a mixture of pride and worry.
My son, the crown is a heavy burden, one that bends even the strongest reed. You must be the papyrus that sways but does not break.
Your guidance has always been the star that guides my ship. But tell me, mother, how does one quell the storm within the hearts of men?
With truth, my son. With justice and honor. These are the pillars upon which Kemet stands. They must not crumble, even in the face of dissent.
The scene shifts to the outer palace, where two figures cloaked in shadow converse in hushed tones. The outer palace, the hour before dawn. The figures, advisors of Hor-aha, exchange worried glances, their voices a mere whisper against the backdrop of the slumbering city.
The Pharaoh is strong, but even the mightiest wall can be eroded by the persistent tide.
Indeed, and the Nubians are not the only concern. There are murmurs of discontent among the people. The taxes, the labor. Some feel the yoke of the Pharaoh's ambition.
The first advisor nods, the gravity of the situation pressing upon him.
Then we must be the voice of reason, the calm in the storm. We must remind the people of the prosperity that Hor-aha has brought to Kemet.
As the advisors part ways, the first light of dawn begins to touch the horizon, signaling the start of a new day, a day filled with the promise and peril of a kingdom on the edge of change. The scene fades with the rising sun, casting long shadows over the land of Kemet, a land at a crossroads of destiny and desire.
We are glad you're enjoying the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button for us ladies. Please.
The Royal Infirmary, a day of sorrow. The Royal Infirmary, usually a place of healing and hope, is shrouded in a somber mood. Queen Nithotep lies upon a bed, her once vibrant eyes now dimmed by illness. Hor-aha stands by her side, his hand clasping hers, the weight of Kemet's crown heavy upon his brow.
Mother, your strength has been the pillar of my reign. Do not falter now, not when Kemet needs you most.
Nithotep coughs weakly, her voice a faint whisper.
Son, I have watched over you and Kemet as long as the gods have willed it. But even the mightiest river must meet the sea.
Hor-aha's eyes glisten with unshed tears, the prospect of losing his guiding star, a torment he had never prepared for.
You will not leave us. The physicians, they must have some remedy, some potion to restore your vigor.
Nefertep smiles, a trace of her former fire flickering in her gaze.
My time draws near, but do not despair. You are the falcon of Kemet, soaring high above the suns. Lead with wisdom, my son, and the gods will favor you.
As Hor-aha grapples with the impending loss, a commotion stirs outside the infirmary. The palace courtyard, the arrival of a foe. The courtyard is abuzz with the arrival of a warrior of great renown, his presence commanding attention. He is Ankh-Makis, a chieftain from the south, his reputation as a warrior without equal.
I am Ankh-Makis, son of the lioness, forged in the fires of the Nubian sun. I come to challenge the Falcon of Kemet.
Hor-aha emerges from the infirmary, his regal composure masking the turmoil within.
Ankh-Makis, your name is known to us. Speak your purpose, for Kemet does not shy away from those who seek her audience.
Ankh-Makis steps forward, his eyes locked on Hor-aha's.
I seek no audience, Pharaoh. I seek retribution. The lands you claim were once free, untamed by the yoke of Kemet. I come to reclaim what was taken.
Hor-aha's stance hardens, the pharaoh within awakening.
The lands of Kemet are united under the gods' decree. Your quarrel is with the divine order and not with me.
Ankh-Makis laughs, a sound as harsh as the desert wind.
Then let the gods witness our struggle. I challenge you, Hor-aha, to combat. Let the victor claim the favor of the heavens.
Hor-aha looks back at the infirmary, where his mother lies ill, then to his people who watch with bated breath.
I accept your challenge, Ankh-Makis. But know this, Kemet does not bend to the will of invaders. We are the children of the Nile, and we shall endure.
The royal infirmary, a morning of relief. The first light of dawn filters through the windows of the royal infirmary, casting a gentle glow on Queen Nefertep's face. Her eyes, once clouded with the haze of illness, now shine with renewed vigor. Hor-aha, still clad in his night robes, rushes to her side, hope kindling in his heart.
Mother, the gods have heard my prayers. You look stronger, and the color has returned to your cheeks.
Nefertep, sitting up with the assistance of her handmaidens, offers a reassuring smile.
Yes, my son. It seems I am not yet ready to join the ancestors. The gods have granted me more time to see your greatness unfold.
Your wisdom is needed still. I face Ankh-Makis, and his challenge weighs upon me.
Ankh-Makis is but a man, and Kemet has never bowed to the will of one. You are the falcon of the sky, Hor-aha. Let him feel the might of your talons.
Hor-aha nods, the fire of determination igniting within him.
I will not fail. Not with Kemet watching, not with you by my side.
The palace grounds, where Hor-aha stands before his assembled army, a formidable force ready to defend the glory of Kemet. The palace grounds, the eve of battle. The soldiers stand in ranks, their spears glinting in the sunlight. Hor-aha, adorned in his war regalia, addresses his warriors with the voice of a leader born to command.
Warriors of Kemet, today we face a foe who seeks to tear apart what we have built. But we are the children of the Nile, the inheritors of the gods' favor. We shall not yield ever.
The army roars in response, their spirits lifted by their pharaoh's words.
We will follow you to the ends of the earth, great falcon!
Hor-aha raises his scepter, the symbol of his authority and the unity of Kemet.
Then let us show Ankh-Makis the strength of our resolve. For Kemet, for the gods, for victory.
The plains of Kemet, the clash of titans. The sun rises over the plains of Kemet, casting long shadows as two armies face each other in a standoff. The air is thick with tension, the silence broken only by the snorting of horses and the clinking of armor. Hor-aha stands at the forefront, his warriors arrayed behind him, their eyes fixed on the enemy lines. The battle cry rings out and the two armies charge, colliding in a maelstrom of dust and fury. Arrows darken the sky and the clash of steel resounds like thunder. As the battle rages, Hor-aha fights with the prowess of a lion, his spear finding its mark time and again. The Nubians, led by the fearsome Ankh-makis, push back with equal ferocity, their warrior spirit unyielding.
Kemet shall fall this day. The Nile will run red with your blood.
The two leaders lock eyes across the battlefield, and with a nod, they break away from the melee, their personal duel about to begin. The duel, a test of kings. Hor-aha and Ankh-makis stand alone, the space around them cleared by the unspoken agreement of their warriors. They circle each other, each waiting for an opening.
You are a worthy opponent, Ankh-makis, but Kemet will not yield to your ambition.
Ankh-makis charges, his weapon raised, but Hor-aha parries with the skill of a master. They exchange blows, their movements a dance of death.
I do not seek Kemet's submission, only its recognition of my people's strength.
The duel continues, neither able to gain the upper hand. Finally, Hor-aha feints, and Ankh-makis takes the bait. With a swift motion, Hor-aha disarms his foe and holds his spear to Ankh-makis' throat.
Yield. Live to see the sun set on your homeland once more.
Ankh-makis lowers his head, defeated but not dishonored.
I yield, Pharaoh of Kemet. You have bested me this day.
Hor-aha lowers his spear, offering his hand to Ankh-makis.
Let this be the end of our strife. Kemet is a land of plenty, and there is room for both our peoples to prosper.
The royal palace of Memphis, a homecoming shrouded in grief. The triumphant return of Hor-aha to Memphis is met with a somber air, the jubilant cheers of victory drowned out by the wails of mourning. The Pharaoh, still adorned in his battle-worn regalia, strides through the palace gates, his heart swelling with pride over his recent victory.
Let the halls of Memphis echo with our triumph, for Kemet stands unbroken.
But the celebration is cut short as a high priest approaches, his head bowed, bearing the grave tidings of Queen Nefertep's passing.
Great Pharaoh, the heavens have claimed a star. Your mother, Queen Nefertep, has journeyed to the field of reeds.
Hor-aha's face, once alight with the fire of conquest, crumbles into a visage of despair. He falls to his knees, the weight of loss anchoring him to the earth.
Mother, you are the compass of my soul. How shall I navigate the morrow without your wisdom?
The palace, once a bastion of power and splendor, now stands as a monument to the fragility of life. Hor-aha rises, his sorrow chiseled into resolve.
Prepare her for her journey to the afterlife. She shall be laid to rest in Nakoda, with the honors befitting a queen of her stature.
The scene transitions to Nakada, where the funeral preparations are underway. The air is heavy with the scent of myrrh and frankincense as artisans and priests work tirelessly. The necropolis of Nakada, preparing for eternity. In the shadow of the sacred hills, the royal necropolis is abuzz with activity. Artisans craft exquisite grave goods, while priests recite incantations to guide Nefertep's car.
Craft a sarcophagus from the finest alabaster, let it gleam like the moon upon the Nile. Her statuette shall accompany her, a sculptor to serve her in the afterlife.
The workers bow, their hands moving with renewed purpose.
It shall be as you command, my king. She will journey with the wealth of Kemet at her side.
Hor-aha turns to the high priest, his eyes seeking assurance.
Ensure that the rites are performed with precision. Her spirit must not wander lost.
This story is to be continued. If you like what you see, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Also hit the notification button to be notified when the next episode is dropped. Also share this video with your friends. Why? Because this ish is dope. Tune in for the next episode of Gap Stories.